All right, I want to invite you to sit down to talk about different insights around self growth, um, fitness, mindset, business, social media, whatever it is you want to chat about. We're gonna dive into it. So grab a tea before bed, grab a glass of water, get your creatine in. That's what I have now. Um, and yeah, one thing that I found has really helped me, and it is completely transformed the way I see anything that happens, whether that be in business or my own life, is seeing life as just one long, insignificant road trip. Thank you, everyone, for the kind words. Damo Dog, thank you very much for jumping on. Hope you're all good. It's Ashton. Ashton, hope you're good, brother. So yeah, think of it this way: that right, you set off in a car on a road trip, and this road trip is your exact life. This is your exact thing that you're doing, and anyone can do this trip. It's not your trip, it is just a trip that you have decided to go on. So stop taking things so personal. This is a trip you have decided to go on. So don't like, oh, going to the business, oh, it doesn't work out, or posting social media, oh, it doesn't work out, or oh, I went up to that person, asked for the number, it didn't work out. Oh, I tried fitness for like a week, it didn't work out. Stop taking it so personally. You chose to go on this. The road was not built for you. It is just a road trip, and this is basically your journey of self improvement. And on this journey of improving your body, your business, your relationships, we do take things very personal, like when things don't go right. But remember, you're not the road. The road is built by someone else. It hasn't been built for you. There are going to be short terms. There are going to be roundabouts. There's going to be even bumps. There's going to be times where you hit massive bumps in the road, but you don't have control over that road. So stop getting so frustrated whenever that's there. You haven't been hard done by. You chose to travel this road. You chose to do this. You chose to try to get into shape. You chose to start the business. You chose to do that thing. The reason you do the trip in the first place is because it's fun. Because there's a lot of benefits you can get out of it, from seeing amazing views, from stopping at beautiful hotels, different landmarks, stopping for tasty food, um, and realize like at any point you can always turn back. You can always stop for a month. You can always set up base, take a break. Sometimes there might be other people that overtake you, and that's jealousy. There might be times where people walk away, and you don't know why. It could be breakup, or it could be falling out with friends. That happens. There's also going to be times where you overtake them, and that's when you have small beeps of success. There's going to be times where people come back into the car, but don't take it personal, because it's not your road trip. You're just on a road trip that you decided to go on. So remember, next time you take something very, very personal, just remind yourself that this is only a humble road trip that you've decided to go on. This is not anything to do with you. Remove yourself, remove your emotions from all of it. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to realize that it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter if you take that risk and you go for it. It doesn't really matter if you've been embarrassed, or if you've been rejected, or if you do it and you actually fail, because guess what? You're on a fucking road trip, so just enjoy it. So see life as a road trip. That is one of the simplest but effective things that I have ever done. And now I'm going to answer some questions, and then we're going to shoot off. I do 15 push-ups, and I'm in calisthenics. I'm getting better. Well done. Just want to say thanks for being a good motivator yourself. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're a legend. You're my top 3 motos that I watch and do my workouts to. Thank you very much. I don't actually do training content though. So, what ones do you watch when you do your workouts? I never seen you cuss before. In my recent video, I actually did cuss. I'm not gonna lie. You'll be able to see that very, very soon. If you go on my recent video, it was me. Well, surprise, surprise, it was me lying on the floor. You'll be able to see that. We've got over 25 on the live. Does anyone have any questions, whether that be with mindset, whether that be with fitness, if that's self-growth, if it's development, um, social media, whatever it is, just let me know. And we'll go from there. You're laying on the ground, yeah. And remember, guys, it's not just about lying on the ground. It's about going for that thing that you want. It is about reaching your human potential, because every single person that's listening to this, you have some sort of potential. There is something there that you can go for and something there that you can do. And I'm not going to be one of those people that say you have to hit it. It's your choice if you decide to hit it, and you decide as well how far you're getting that. But there's two types of people. Number one, the person that talks about changing and doesn't do anything, and number two, the person that talks about changing and actually does it. And then there's also the person that doesn't talk about change and doesn't change. Like, that's fine too. The place where you annoy yourself is maybe land. That's where you're like sitting in the middle. There's people who are like, all right, I don't want to change, I don't want to grow, I don't want to improve. I'm okay with that. That's fine. There's people, I do want to grow, I do want to improve, and they do it, and that's great. But where I see people struggle the most is when it's like, right, I do want to grow, I do want to improve, but I'm not doing it, because those people are in maybe land. And maybe land, maybes will kill you. Yeses are great, no's are great, maybes will kill you. So remove maybes, remove, oh, I'm going to try to do it, remove, oh yeah, like I probably should do it, or I'll see. Remove all that language around maybe and change it to I will or I won't. Because there's only two things you're going to do. You will or you won't. You either will or you won't post on social media. You either will or you won't nail your diet. You either will or you won't lose weight. You either will or you won't do the things that you've been wanting to do. You will or you won't. Simple as. Simple as. Right, getting back to a few messages. Thank you, Ashton. You're a legend. Rage instead, tip for getting out of depression slump, simple as possible. So yeah, like if it's actual depression, I cannot help you. But if it's like a depressive slump, a lot of people like throw around words like anxiety, depression when there's actually no diagnosis, which I really disagree with. I don't think you should use these words, and be very careful around how you use these words. If you're throwing around words, like if you're nervous for something and you keep saying, oh yeah, it's just all my anxiety, and it's like, if you haven't even been diagnosed with anxiety, stop labeling yourself with the label that's going to hold you back. So many people do that. Oh, it's my ADHD. Oh, I can't focus. Oh, it's my ADHD. No, you just scroll too much, and as a result, you cannot focus. But if you actually scrolled less, got less opening through the day, you would find that your focus would be a lot better. So first and foremost, and that's me going on a bit of a tangent, but just stop. And I'm not saying you're doing this, but I just mean in general. And if you do this, maybe stop labeling yourself when you haven't even been actually diagnosed with these things, and saying, oh, I have this, I have that. How you speak about yourself is how you will act, how you'll behave, and what you believe about yourself, and it'll seep into the story you start to tell yourself. So if you always call yourself a loser, think you're a loser, you'll act like a loser, and guess what? You'll be a loser. So yeah, Ben Girl said this very profession. I'm glad that you're getting something out of this. But yeah, so tips of getting out. Let's say just you're in a bad funk or you're in a bit of a low point. Simple as possible. I would say number one, look at your daily habits. What makes you feel best throughout the day? I know myself, I feel best whenever I've got out, I've been in nature, and I've trained and I've pushed my body beyond like its comfort zone. So like resistance training for me, training in the gym, strength training, and getting out in nature. Those two simple things make me feel far better no matter what's going on with business, personal life, family. Doing those two things really, really change things. And that's like obviously more short term. It's more long term, like, oh my God, I've been suffering for ages. Well, whereabouts are you suffering? Where's the lowest hanging fruit for you? Is it that you're out of shape and you've been out of shape for ages and you've wanted to make a change there? Is it that you are in a career that you don't want to be in? Is it that you're in a relationship that you don't want to be in, that you're unhappy in? A lot of us know the biggest thing that is holding us back is that you need to move out and go live somewhere else. Most of us know the thing that's holding us back, but we're just avoiding it. And we try to we go, oh, I've got this or I've got that, rather than just actually solving the issue, which is right in front of us. So yeah, for you, I would say short term, I like to get out, I like to train, I like to get in nature. That's what makes me feel good. Get off my phone too. See, the more scrolling you do, the worse you will feel. If you have low energy right now, yet you're scrolling, you need to stop completely, especially if you're scrolling for like an hour, 2 hours a day. And you're like, oh my God, I have no energy. Yes, because you scroll for a full hour before bed. The blue light seeps in and then it ruins your sleep quality. And also you feel shitter about yourself because you're always watching other people's remember, successful lives online, because not actually successful, they're showing the success. You believe that to be true, and then you feel shit about yourself. You're seeing these people who are in really good shape, making all this money online. You're comparing yourself to these people, and you end up feeling shit. So that could be something else that you could change to help you feel better as well. Removing screen time alone has such an impact. So looking at that too, also for your focus as well. Right, next question. That was I was on that one for a while. Yeah, I was actually writing a lot today. I know you see the ink on my hands. I was writing quite a lot. I like a lot of calls. I always like to take notes as I go. Before you go, I had a question because I was one your chosen picks. Would you sponsor sometime? Yeah, of course. Yeah. If anyone sends me a message on Instagram, I will eventually get back to it. Obviously, it will just take a bit of time. But if anyone doesn't need anything, just send me a message on Instagram. I will get back to it 100%. I've got a question here. Just around dieting and best foods to eat. Um, if you just want a free meal, I send out free meal plans. So if you're on TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram right now watching this live, if you would like a free meal plan sent over, this goes. You can grab this, and like anyone else that wants this, just go onto my Instagram, DM me the words meal plan. So meal plan, meal plan, MEAL, and I'll send over some meal plans to help you out with your health and your fitness journey. So if anyone has any questions on the nutrition side of things, even just send me that message. I can also answer any questions you have too, but you'll get sent some meal plans to help you out with your health and yeah, and to help you out with weight loss, obviously. Or if it's gaining muscle as well, if it's like you want to eat more food as well. They're all high protein. There's different ranges of calorie amounts no matter what you're eating too. And they're also made very, very simple. So like they're actually easy to follow. So if you like those meal plans, just message me the word meal plan. If you're on Instagram, just type it in the chat, it'll get sent to you, or else just go on to my actual one-to-one DMs on Instagram and I'll get that sent over those meal plans. Next question: how do I stop worrying what if things don't work out? Good question. I've actually never been asked this on live before, and this is something I struggle with myself. And the first thing is acceptance, realizing that no matter what, sometimes this will happen because as humans, we automatically assume the worst because that's what keeps us safe. If you go back to caveman times, if there was a rustle in the bushes and your brain assuming that was a tiger would keep you safe because person A goes into the bushes, they get eaten, they get gulped down by a tiger. Person B runs away and they continue breeding. Our brains reward us for being afraid of things. So the first thing is accepting it, but then the second thing is saying, thank you, brain, for protecting me. Thank you for defending me and looking after me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore you because the actual thing that's in front of me, it's actually not dangerous. I understand why you would assume it's dangerous. I understand why you want to assume that the worst is going to happen. But this isn't going to serve me. This isn't going to serve my goals. This isn't going to serve the person I want to be and the life I want to live. Who wants to be living their whole life worrying about, oh, what if this happens? What if this happens? And do the thing anyway. And that just comes from repetition. If you are afraid to speak to people, the only way you get better at speaking to people is by repeating that, like going up and flirting with the world, continuing to, okay, do a rep, do a rep, do a rep, speak to someone new, whatever it is. that you're afraid of, you need to specifically do that and take action against the identity that you had before. So again, if you keep worrying, what if things don't work out? You need to prove yourself that they will work out. And that comes from reps. So hope that helps. Out of work for a year now, I just want a job, aka money, do walks with my partner. Good vibes at motorcycle riding, but it's broken, so money needed, aka job. Actually do less doom scrolling recently. That's good that you're doing less doom scrolling. Brother, I don't know what country it says, Raging Scotsman. I don't know what country in, but just get applying, get indeedjobs.com and just keep pumping out those applications, and let me know actually how you get on. I want to see you winning. What do you think of Brazil? I've never been in Brazil myself, so I cannot answer that. Apologies. Any tips for someone with a neck injury trying to get back into sport? So I actually can't answer this because I'm not qualified with injuries. Obviously, I don't know the extent of your injuries. There's literally nothing I can tell you on an Instagram, TikTok live on how to get back into sport with a neck injury, especially with me not actually knowing the severity of your neck injury. So it would be very, very irresponsible of me to even try to answer that. So for you, I would go to a professional. Because I could like try to come up with an answer here, but if I did, I'd be doing you an absolute disservice. So yes, any last questions, and then we're going to shoot off. Again, if anyone would like a free meal plan or free meal plan sent over them, they're all high protein. If you're trying to lose weight, they'll be useful. If you're trying to gain muscle, they'll be useful. Or if you're literally just trying to get more protein in your diet, which helps with so many different things, they'll be useful. They're the simplest meal plans ever. Literally just send me over the words meal plan and I will send them off. Last question. How do I stop worrying about someone in hospital? So unfortunately, there's nothing I can actually say to get you to stop worrying. If you're worrying about someone in hospital, there's a reason behind that. For the last question we had about worrying, most of the time, like the worrying we did, it's like made up in our head. Whereas for you, if your family member is in the hospital or someone that you care about is in the hospital, there's nothing wrong with worrying about them. Like that's a normal thing. There's nothing wrong with that. So all you can do from this point is make sure that you're there and you're there in their corner for when they need you. So if you can be there, if you can take care of them, if you can help out in any extra way, do it. And let this be a reminder to everyone that's on this life. I don't want this to turn into like a big emotional thing, but let this be a reminder to every single person on this life to not take life for granted, to not take your health for granted, to not take your family for granted. And while you're on your journey of growth, improvement, business, social media, whatever it is that you're doing, to still be there for your people, whether they're fully healthy or whether they're, by the way, mind the ink on my hand, whether they're fully healthy or whether they're not, be there for those people and don't just wait until someone gets sick and don't just wait until someone is ill to fully care. So yeah, I hope that helps. Again, I wish I could do more to help, but in that scenario, this is just a case of seeing how it is and then working from here. And there's a saying, when you're going through hell, if you're going through hell, or anyone listening to this going through hell, you know what you do? You keep going. That's all you can do. And there will be light at the end of the tunnel. But the only way you feel is if you give up on yourself. So do not give up on yourself and keep pushing from here. All right, folks, thank you so much for. Right, finally, last one. There's one last good question. How do you deal with things that are out of your control, like childhood traumas, things you can't change, etc.? So there's a few different things. The first thing you can do is go to therapy, and you can talk about it. And I know a lot of people who have got benefits from therapy, but I also know a lot of people who've done therapy and who haven't got benefits. So all you can do is actually just try it out and see if it works for you. I can't tell you to do this. It's definitely going to work because, again, it's going to be dependent. It's going to be personalized to every single person. So one thing you could do is try therapy. That could be one thing. And it also really depends what actually happened to you. But what I would say is, and I said this earlier in the live, be careful how you define yourself. If something happened to you before Or, and I'm not saying this for like all traumas, but if some, let's say like when you were younger in school, you got bullied a lot, or you were a loser, or you were always the fat kid. If you carry that with you whenever you're older as an adult and you keep telling yourself and your identity is still at, oh, I'm a fat kid, you'll still believe that and you'll still mentally be that fat kid or mentally be that loser or mentally be that person. Realize that you can move on from these things no matter what happened, no matter how shit it was. You can move on, and the only thing you really can do and should do is move on from here and accept what happened before is what happened before. That is the past. Understand the past, understand what happened. Whether what happened in the past was really, really good and you're coming down at a low point, or it was really, really bad and you're now out of that. It's over now. All you have control over is now, right this second, tonight, not tomorrow. You have control over tonight. So what are you going to do tonight to make yourself feel good? How are you going to take care of yourself tonight? So just make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure you're focusing on what's important. Work towards the future, yes, but also right now. That is the most important thing. And again, I wish I had a better answer for you, but I don't know specifically what it is you're going through. So like I can't, and I'm not going to ask you to open up about anything here on a live in front of 20 people. So I hope you at least got something out of that. But just know, whatever it is that did happen to you, you can still do amazing things. And I've seen people who've had the worst things happen to them ever, and they have allowed that to move them forward and has given their life purpose to make sure that it never ever happens to anyone again. I actually use an example, a very well known person over in the USA, Tony Robbins. This guy grew up in proper poverty. And what did he do? He didn't just like, all right, say, oh my God, my whole life, like had such a horrible childhood. What did he do? Whenever he was older, he made it his life mission and his life purpose to help every single kid who struggles in poverty. And that is what served him and fueled him. And now he's extremely famous. Give him a Google. So like if something bad happened to you before, yes, accept it. That was bad. It was shit. But what are you going to do now? And you can use that as the thing that's going to allow you to change the world and to help people who might be in the position that you were in back then, or going into the position that you were in. So you can use that to allow it so no one else has to get to that low point ever again. So sit with that. And we're going to go from here. Someone said, hi, Owen, can you babysit my kids tomorrow? No, I cannot babysit your kids tomorrow. Unfortunately, I would probably put them to sleep with all the talking I'm doing. So yeah, folks, thank you so much for jumping on. Before I shoot off, if anyone needs any help, shoot me a DM on Instagram. If you would like help with your nutrition, whether you're looking to lose fat, if it's gaining muscle, or it's just you want like obviously help, easy help, simple meal plans sent over to you, just DM me the words meal plan on Instagram and I'll send them over straight from here. So folks, thank you so much for coming on. Feeling a bit better. Glad to hear that. Have a good one, guys. All the best. Goodbye. See you later, YouTube.